Bhangarh does not sleep, it only pretends to be silent, and those who walk among its ancient buildings after sunset slowly realize that the silence is watching them back. The stone walls, cracked temples, abandoned palaces, and roofless houses were once alive with laughter, prayer, and power, but now they breathe something darker, something buried under centuries of fear. As the sun sank behind the Aravalli hills, the shadows inside Bhangarh's ancient buildings stretched unnaturally long, as if the ruins themselves were reaching out to remember the people who once lived, and died, inside them. Historians say Bhangarh fell because of a curse, but they never talk about what the buildings witnessed before the curse took hold. The palace corridors still echo with footsteps that do not belong to the living, and the old Havelis whisper secrets when the wind passes through broken windows. Long ago, these buildings were not empty, they were witnesses. Witnesses to forbidden rituals performed in hidden rooms, to royal betrayals sealed behind stone doors, and to screams that were swallowed by thick walls built to protect power, not people. It is said that some buildings were designed with no roofs so souls could escape upward, but those souls never left, they remained trapped, clinging to walls soaked in despair. Travelers who dare to enter after dusk often report the same chilling feeling, the sensation of being followed, not by footsteps, but by memories. In one crumbling temple near the fort's entrance, carvings on the walls appear to change in moonlight, faces twisting into expressions of terror as if warning intruders to turn back. Old records mention a royal advisor who practiced dark knowledge inside a secluded structure, using mirrors, chants, and silence to bend fate itself. The building still stands, its stones blackened, its entrance collapsed as if the earth tried to bury it, but at night, faint chanting is said to rise from beneath the rubble. Villagers claim that the houses near the market area are the most cursed, because entire families vanished overnight, leaving behind warm hearths and half-eaten meals, as if time itself froze inside those rooms. Some say the buildings remember those moments, replaying them endlessly, which is why lanterns sometimes flicker inside empty houses and shadows sit where people once slept. The deeper you walk into Bhangarh, the heavier the air becomes, and the ancient buildings begin to feel less like ruins and more like prisons, holding something that does not want to be forgotten. Even skeptics fall silent here, because logic feels weak when the walls themselves seem to listen. The fort gates stand tall, not as protectors, but as guards keeping something in. Locals warn that if you hear your name whispered inside these buildings, you must never answer, because the ruins are not calling you, they are calling what you could become if you stay. And as night fully claims Bhangarh, one truth becomes clear: these ancient buildings are not abandoned, they are occupied. If you feel the chill already, stay with this story, and don't forget to subscribe, because what hides in Chapter 2 is even darker. By midnight, Bhangarh's ancient buildings awaken completely, and the secrets they hide begin to move. The moonlight spills through broken arches, illuminating symbols carved deep into stone floors, symbols that were never meant to be seen again. These markings tell a story of desperation, rituals performed not for love or power, but to stop something that had already been unleashed. In the royal palace, behind a collapsed wall, lies a chamber historians rarely mention, where the last ruler is said to have gathered priests, scholars, and mystics in a final attempt to cleanse the fort. The walls of that chamber are scorched, not by fire, but by something colder, something that drains warmth from the soul. Those who stand there today report sudden sadness, visions of unfamiliar faces, and the overwhelming urge to leave, or never leave at all. The ancient buildings of Bhangarh are connected by underground passages, and legends say these tunnels allowed forbidden knowledge to spread from house to house, temple to temple, until the entire city was infected with fear. One building in particular, a simple-looking residence near the outer wall, is believed to be the final resting place of the curse itself. Animals refuse to go near it, birds avoid flying above it, and at night, the structure seems darker than the darkness around it. Some explorers claim the walls breathe, expanding and contracting slowly, as if the building is alive. Others have heard crying from inside, the sound of someone begging for forgiveness in a language no longer spoken. What makes Bhangarh truly terrifying is not the ghosts, it is the idea that the buildings are storing pain. Feeding on it, growing stronger as people continue to fear them. The curse did not destroy the city in a single night, it consumed it gradually, turning homes into tombs and temples into warning signs. Every ancient building holds a fragment of the same message: leave before you become part of us. Yet people still come, drawn by curiosity, by arrogance, by the belief that stories cannot harm them. But Bhangarh does not punish quickly, it waits. It lets visitors feel safe, lets them laugh, take pictures, and dismiss the legends, until the sun begins to set and the buildings start remembering out loud. The Archaeological Survey bans entry after sunset not because of superstition, but because too many stories ended without explanations. People who entered never reported being chased, they reported being invited. As dawn approaches, the fort grows quiet again, the ancient buildings returning to their lifeless disguise, hiding their dark secrets behind stone and silence. But the memories remain, watching, waiting for the next listener. And now that you know what these buildings hide, the question is not whether the stories are real, it's whether the ruins are done telling them. If you want more true-style horror stories like this, mysteries that crawl under your skin and stay there, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because some secrets should never be forgotten, and some stories refuse to stay buried.